Fan's Opinion. Today I am reviewing Hartford Stage's production of Laughs in Spanish, written by Alexis Scheer and directed by Lisa Portis, running through March 30th at Hartford Stage at 50 Church Street in Hartford, Connecticut. Have some fun over on my Patreon page, where you can, for as little as $1 a month, support my work here and my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee, where patrons get early access to the latest episode, the latest being the 1941 Howard Hawks screwball comedy, Ball of Fire, starring Gary Cooper and Barbara Stanwyck. Thank you to all my current patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons, and welcome to the new ones. Links to my Patreon and Spotify pages will be in the description. Though overall enjoyable, Laughs in Spanish has a bit of a split personality, as the initial plot of the play tangents off to another plot, which remains the primary focus for the rest of the play. Set in an art gallery in Wynwood, Miami, Florida, during the annual Art Basel celebration, the play opens with gallery manager Mariana, played by Stephanie Maachado, discovering that the artwork for this year's festival has been stolen. Her assistant, Carolina, played by Maria Victoria Martinez, along with her boyfriend Juan, played by Luis Vega, who happens to be a cop, are there trying to determine what happened to the art pieces. To make matters more complicated, Mariana's famous actress mother, Estella, played by Maggie Bofill, comes to visit, along with old schoolmate Jenny, played by Olivia Hebert, who both demand more attention than Mariana is either willing or able to give in this moment of crisis. This is enough of a setup for a 90-minute comedy, as characters' secrets and motivations are piece by piece revealed to the audience. The problem is that the first 15 to 30 minutes of the play is dedicated to setting up this art heist plot, but it is almost all but abandoned in favor of the conflict between Mariana and her mother Estella. If the play is supposed to be about the long-suffering relationship between mother and daughter, let it be about that. The whole premise of the art heist becomes insignificant to that plot and only lightly serves motivation for supporting characters that don't really pay off, because that end of the plot is mostly abandoned aside from a couple quick beats and a joke at the end of the play that is no longer earned. The heist story should have been shelved and developed into a different play, because I would have liked to have seen that play. It could have been a pretty good screwball comedy if done right. Once the play, for lack of a better word, course corrects to focus on the mother-daughter plot, it's pretty good. The narrative of a daughter who resents her mother's celebrity and doesn't understand the dynamics of her parents' now-dissolved marriage and how it affects her has some provocative moments of self-reflection for both women, and Bofill and Maachado are excellent in playing out those conflicts between each other. Both have rich bits of eccentricities that keep the humor throughout the conflict. They're both great. Bofill gets to shine in a lengthy monologue that starts off as a bit of a entertainment as the Basel celebration goes forward, but turns into a deeper sensitive message to her daughter. It exemplifies Bofill's acting chops, but unfortunately what's missing is Mariana's reaction to what Estella is saying, because the staging has Mariana facing upstage through it all. Yes, the monologue is the primary thing we should be focusing on, but there is a journey that is happening for who Estella is talking to as well, especially Mariana, and the audience should have been able to see that. The supporting cast allows for a bit more levity to the play, especially Carolina and Juan, who are dealing with their relationship issues as Carolina reveals she is pregnant, and the two try to hide it from everyone else as the alcohol starts pouring through the Basel events. They have one additional subplot regarding the missing art pieces that, again, doesn't really go anywhere. It feels, when it comes to the storyline, they're the ones that are hit most with what's not there. The character of Jenny is a nice addition to the story as a confidant and potential love interest for Mariana, and Hebert does a good job in keeping a mostly side character engaged enough to be that necessary piece of the story to help develop Mariana. The set, designed by Bryan Sidney Bembridge, starts off with a simple white exhibit room of an art gallery, but transforms into a vibrant display of color and festiveness as the Art Basel begins. Sherrice Mojgani's lighting really adds some depth to the design when the fair begins, and the focus on Estella when she gives that monologue is beautifully lit. Laughs in Spanish is good, but it also feels like a missed opportunity as it leads off with a story that doesn't pay off, but what comes later has some genuine fulfilling moments. The cast is overall good, with standout performances by Maggie, Bofill, and Stephanie Maachado. If it had a bit more focus in its narrative, it could have really been a standout comedy. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Laughs in Spanish, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. Also in the description will be links to my Patreon and Spotify pages, as well as my social media handles where you can support my work. You can also support me by liking and sharing this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be the Broadway production of Buena Vista Social Club, which I reviewed while it was off-Broadway, so I'm excited to see how it has changed in this transition. So until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.